Hello everyone, my name is David. Today we are going to take a look at another horrible case with you. In the city of Jhansi, in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, there lived a boy named Sandeep Budalia. Sandeep was an educated young man, and all the members of his family were also well educated. He came from a good family. After completing his studies, Sandeep quickly secured a good job. He was working as a medical representative and was earning well from this job. As time passed, he reached the age suitable for marriage while continuing his job, and by then he had also become financially stable. Because of this, Sandeep's parents started thinking about getting him married. After that, Sandeep's family began searching for a good match for him. While they were looking for a suitable girl, a marriage proposal for Sandeep reached the father of a girl. The girl's father's name was Sanjeev Tripathi, and he lived in the Tikamgarh district of Madhya Pradesh. Sanjeev's daughter's name was Sonali. At that time, Sonali had also reached a marriageable age, and Sanjeev was looking for a boy who had a good job, could provide a good life to his daughter, and could also be a good life partner. When Sonali's parents received Sandeep's marriage proposal, they started gathering information about him. After confirming everything about Sandeep, they agreed to marry their daughter, Sonali, to Sandeep Budalia. On the other hand, Sandeep's family was also gathering information about Sonali. After both families were satisfied with what they found, they fully agreed to go ahead with the marriage of Sandeep and Sonali. On February 27, 2017, Sandeep and Sonali got married. Their wedding was celebrated with great enthusiasm, and after the wedding, the couple began a new chapter in their life. After 3 years of marriage in 2020, Sonali gave birth to a daughter. After the birth of her daughter, Sonali became very happy. She preferred to spend most of her time with her daughter and took good care of her. As time passed, Sonali's daughter started to grow up a bit. On February 14, 2025, Valentine's Day, Sonali's maternal uncle's son was getting married. The wedding was going to take place in Madhya Pradesh. Sonali informed her husband Sandeep about this and asked him to accompany her to the wedding. Although Sandeep gave Sonali permission to attend the wedding, he refused to go himself. After that, Sonali started preparing to attend the wedding with her 4-year-old daughter. Since the wedding was scheduled for February 14, 2025, Sonali left her home in Jhansi on February 12, 2025, with her daughter to reach Tikamgarh early. But on the same day her uncle's son was getting married, Sandeep called Sonali and asked her to return home as soon as possible. When Sonali asked the reason behind this, Sandeep told her that he would explain it later, but for now she needed to come home immediately. Then, on February 16th, Sonali returned to her husband's house in Jhansi. After reaching home, Sonali meets her husband, and after talking with him for a while, the two of them, along with their daughter, go to sleep at night. But the next morning, on February 17th, when Sandeep wakes up, he is shocked and scared upon seeing his wife, Sonali. That's when Sandeep Budalia calls the police early in the morning. He tells them over the phone that his wife has taken her own life in their home. After hearing this, the police arrive at Sandeep's house shortly. When the police enter the house and see Sonali, they too are shocked. In fact, at that time, Sonali's body was hanging from the ceiling fan. The police then take Sonali's body down from the fan and send it for post-mortem. Sandeep Budalia had already informed Sonali's parents about the incident over the phone. After learning this about their daughter, they were deeply saddened, but they soon arrived there as well. Sandeep and Sonali had only been married for 7 years, and everyone was left wondering why Sonali would take such a step after 7 years of marriage. But even before the post-mortem report came in, the police started questioning Sandeep, and he told them everything he had seen that morning. However, after hearing Sandeep's statement, the police began to wonder why someone would take their own life, and believed there must be a reason behind it. After this, the police also questioned Sonali's family, and they gave their statements. During the questioning, Sonali's family told the police that ever since Sandeep Budalia and Sonali got married, Sandeep had been harassing them constantly for dowry. In fact, the dowry system in India is a practice in which the bride's family gives durable goods, cash and movable or immovable property to the groom's family, his parents, and relatives as a condition of marriage. Sonali's family also told the police that when the two were married on February 27, 2017, Sandeep took 2 million Indian rupees from them as dowry. But even after that, he was demanding a car from us, and when we didn't give him a car as part of the dowry, he became upset with us. Because of this, Sandeep and his family would constantly harass Sonali. Sonali's parents accused Sandeep and his entire family of dowry harassment in front of the police. They said that this might have been the reason their daughter Sonali was so distressed that she ended her life. After hearing this, the police began to investigate the case from that angle. Since Sonali's parents were in Jhansi at the time, Sonali's 4-year-old daughter was staying with her maternal grandparents. While staying with them, Sonali's daughter tried to tell them something, and suddenly she began to speak in front of them. Her behavior surprised Sonali's parents, but then Sonali's daughter picked up her notebook and started drawing on one of the pages. On that paper, Sonali's daughter drew a girl, and along with the girl, she also drew 2 hands. Her grandparents watched her as she made the painting, thinking she was just a 4-year-old girl entertaining herself. But when Sonali's parents looked at the painting, they were quite shocked. In that drawing, apart from the girl's 2 hands, there was also a 3rd hand reaching toward the girl's neck. That's when Sonali's parents asked her daughter about the painting. Sonali's daughter said that the girl in the painting is her mother,
Mama.
and that both of the hands in the picture also belong to her mother. But then, when Sonali's daughter's maternal grandfather asks about the 3rd hand in the painting, moving toward her mother, Sonali's neck, Sonali's daughter tells him that the 3rd hand belongs to her father, Sandeep. Then her grandparents ask her why she drew her father's hand going toward her mother's neck in the painting. That's when Sonali's daughter begins to tell her grandparents the story behind the picture. She tells them that her father first pushed her mother down and then beat her severely. After that, he grabbed her mother's neck tightly, and when her mother's eyes closed, he put something around her neck and hanged her. Hearing all this, Sonali's parents are left completely shocked. Knowing the story behind the painting makes them deeply sorrowful, as they now realize that their daughter Sonali was killed by her husband, Sandeep. Sonali's daughter also tells them that after beating her mother, her father left with his friends, and she had seen all of it with her own eyes before going to sleep. After hearing everything from the child, Sonali's parents quickly go to the police. They tell the police that their daughter didn't take her own life, she was murdered, and the eyewitness to the murder is none other than her own 4-year-old daughter. After hearing Sonali's parents, the police are also stunned and immediately go with them to question Sonali's daughter. When they arrive, the officers gently tell the girl, "We are your uncles." Idea why all this was happening to her, or why her father did what he did to her mother. So she simply and innocently told her grandparents and the police everything she had witnessed with her own eyes. When the police heard the little girl's statement and saw the painting, everything became clear to them. After hearing this, the police took Sandeep into custody. Soon after, Sonali's funeral was to take place. Sandeep Budalia's brother and a few others who knew Sandeep also came to attend Sonali's funeral. But Sonali's parents refused to let any of them participate. They did this because they were angry at Sandeep and his family. Then Sonali's parents began discussing within the family who would light their daughter, Sonali's funeral pyre. Eventually, they decided that her 4-year-old daughter would be the one to light the pyre. In Indian Hindu tradition, the final rites are typically performed by a male member of the family. Only in rare cases is a girl allowed to do this, like when a military officer is martyred and only his wife or daughter remains. One of them may be allowed to light the pyre. In this case, Sonali's parents gave this responsibility to her daughter because Sandeep was the one who had murdered Sonali and therefore had no right to perform her last rites. So, when Sonali's funeral took place, it was her daughter who carried out all the final rituals. Although that time was extremely painful for Sonali's daughter, because she was so young that she didn't understand why she was performing all those rituals. Another thing was that when some time had passed and Sonali's daughter grew older, she would be deeply saddened to learn that it was her own father who had killed her mother. In addition, when Sonali's daughter completed her mother's last rites, the media asked her what she had just done, and at that time Sonali's daughter told the media that she had just returned from performing her mother's funeral. After that, the police also began interrogating Sandeep Budolia. The police were asking Sandeep the reason for killing Sonali. Sandeep told the police that when he married Sonali, they had asked Sonali's father for 2 million rupees and a car. He said that Sonali's father did give them the 2 million rupees, but he didn't give them the car. That's why he started troubling and harassing Sonali after their marriage. He said he did this because he believed that if Sonali's parents saw their daughter being harassed, they would give him the car. But even then, they didn't give it to him. Sonali's parents also told the police that Sandeep had spent the 3 years after marriage in constant fights and conflicts like this. They also told the police that when their daughter Sonali gave birth to a daughter, they thought that since Sandeep had now become father, he would no longer trouble their daughter Sonali or them over anything. But still, Sandeep continued the fights, and because of that, the daughter had to listen to taunts from her in-laws. Sonali's parents also told the police that when Sandeep used to harass their daughter, she never told them anything about it. They further told the police that once Sandeep beat Sonali severely and even tried to burn her with fire. They then said that when they found out about this, they felt that Sandeep had crossed all limits, and that's why they filed a police complaint against him, and the case even went to court. But after that, Sandeep and his family became scared, so they reached a compromise with us, and Sandeep promised that he would never do anything like that to Sonali again. In fact, Sandeep also admitted that, while he agreed to the compromise at that time, his greed still hadn't gone away. After that, the police asked Sandeep when and how he killed Sonali. Then Sandeep Budolia told the police that when Sonali's maternal uncle's son was getting married, she had asked him to attend the wedding too, but due to all these issues, he refused. In reality, at that time, his relationship with Sonali's relatives was also strained. That's why Sonali and her daughter both went to the wedding without him. Sandeep then said that he even called her once and told her over the phone, "If you don't come home quickly, I'll never let you enter this house again." After hearing this, Sonali left the rest of the wedding rituals midway and returned to Jhansi on February 16th. Sandeep went on to say that when Sonali returned that day, he again fought with her over dowry. While they were arguing over the same issues, their daughter was lying on the bed watching them. But then, during the same fight, Sandeep started beating Sonali and pushed her down to the ground. After that, Sandeep strangled her and killed her. But when Sandeep's anger cooled down after some time, he realized that his wife was dead. Then Sandeep picked up his wife's body and put a noose around her neck. He then hung Sonali from a fan in the same room. After that, Sandeep told the police, "I did all this so that it would look like Sonali had taken her own life. At that time, I didn't pay attention to my daughter because she was very small and I thought she was asleep, but her eyes were slightly open and I didn't notice it." But in the end, Sandeep was wrong, and his 4-year-old daughter revealed such a horrifying secret that if she hadn't seen it, it might have taken the police a long time to solve Sonali's murder case. Moreover, if Sonali's daughter hadn't made that painting, Sonali's death might have remained a mystery. Anyway, Sonali's killer, Sandeep, is now behind bars. The trial is still ongoing in court and Sandeep's sentence is still pending. But as always, we'll keep an eye on this case. And if there are any updates in the future, we'll definitely post about them in the community section of the David True Crime channel or in the comments section of this video. So with that, the Sonali murder case comes to an end right here. If you appreciate our efforts, like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed, do so now. Thank you.